Wir nannten ihn den Reisenden, und seine Ankunft veränderte alles. Wir erbauten eindrucksvolle Städte auf dem Mars und der Venus. Merkur wurde zu einem großen Garten. Die Lebenszeit der Menschen verdreifachte sich. Es war eine Zeit der Wunder. Wir blickten in die Galaxis und wussten, es war uns beschieden, im Licht anderer Sterne zu wandeln. Doch der Reisende hatte einen Feind, eine Dunkelheit, die ihn über ganze Äonen durch die schwarzen Weiten des Alls verfolgt hatte. Jahrhunderte nach dem Beginn unseres goldenen Zeitalters fand uns diese Dunkelheit. Und das war das Ende von allem. Doch es war auch ein Anfang.
I'm Danny. I've been researching climate change for a while.
Climate change? I've read a pamphlet exposing climate change as a myth.
And it was laminated and everything. Don't the scientists not even all agree?
The thing we need to remember about science is that it moves forward through debate, and there's plenty of disagreement amongst scientists about things like the exact rate of global warming. However, a recent survey of 12,000 peer-reviewed climate science papers found that 97% agreed that climate change was caused by humanity's greenhouse gas emissions.
Yes, but hasn't the climate always changed?
Well, yeah, Evidence from ice sheets and tree rings does show that in the distant past, the Earth has swung between warmer and colder periods. These changes were caused by the sun going through a warmer phase or slight variations in the Earth's orbit, leading to gradual warming or cooling over hundreds or thousands of years. What's going on now, however, can't be explained by those natural cycles. We've blasted a huge amount of carbon into the atmosphere over the last 150 years, overriding those slow natural changes and kicking off a period of rapid warming unlike anything we know of in prehistoric times.
That's what you say, but I've heard that recent evidence shows that climate change has stopped.
I really wish it had, but it hasn't. The rise in surface temperatures has been going through a slow patch since the early 2000s, but scientists expect the surface warming to go a bit faster or slower sometimes. One reason for this is that the oceans have been absorbing more heat than usual, which means that even though temperatures at the surface of the planet have been rising a bit more slowly, the total average temperature, including under the sea, has still been heading steadily upwards.
But the global economy is bust. Can we really afford to tackle climate change?
There are several responses to this question. The first is to ask, are you sure you understand the scale of the problem? Climate change could strip away the basic life support systems that humanity relies on to survive on this planet. If you wake up to find your house is flooded, you don't worry about being late for work, you start shifting sandbags. Also, there's plenty of money around for tackling climate change. Governments currently subsidise the fossil fuel industry by almost $2,000 billion. If that money was instead spent on renewable power and energy efficiency, it would benefit local economies and create jobs, like in Germany, where the renewables sector employs around 400,000 people.
Yes, I can accept all that, but isn't climate change just a giant global conspiracy with the scientists in league with Al Gore, the polar bears and the secret shadow world government?
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. Well done. So if these arguments are all false, why are some people so drawn to them? Well, it might be because cracking down on the fossil fuel industry would conflict with their political beliefs, or challenge what they do for a living, or simply because this stuff is really freaking scary and they just don't want to think about it. All of which is understandable, but has nothing to do with the facts. Check out the other no-nonsense videos and visit the website for references for everything in this video and ideas on how to take action.
Hi guys, it's Misha. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'd like to try something a little bit different. I would like to try to do some interactive fiction. Interactive fiction is a text-based game that you play in order to tell a story. And that's the entire point of the game, is to tell the story. This particular one is called Bronze, A Fractured Fairy Tale by Emily Short. Now, something to keep in mind here is that I'm going to be going very, very slowly because this video is for relaxation and ASMR. And so it might not be the fastest game in the world. However, if you are just here to relax and to listen to a story and to kind of rest for a while and not worry about getting somewhere, if you just want to be here with me, experiencing this piece of interactive fiction with me, then I think this video could work really well. I'm going to read the introduction to this game. When the seventh day comes, and it is time for you to return to the castle in the forest, your sisters cling to your sleeves. Don't go back, they say, and when will we ever see you again? But you imagine they will find consolation somewhere. Your father hangs back, silent and moody. He has spent the week as far from you as possible, working until late at night. Now he speaks only to ask whether the beast treated you properly. Since he obviously has his own ideas about what must have taken place over the last few years, you do not reply beyond a shrug. You breathe more easily once you're back in the forest alone. As you can tell from this introduction, this story takes place within the fairy tale version of Beauty and the Beast, not quite the Disney one so much. In the original fairy tale, Belle gets to go home to see her family after a while being at the Beast's castle. And so this interactive fiction takes place right in the middle of the story, as she's going home from seeing her family. Let's begin. The first thing it asks us, have you played interactive fiction before? I have, but for the sake of my audience, I'm going to say no. Alright, they're going to give us some extra command help that we can turn off at any time. Drawbridge. Even in your short absence, the castle has come to look strange to you again. When you came here first, you stood a long while on the drawbridge, unready to cross the moat, for fear of the spells that might bind you if you did. This time it is too late to worry about such things. An iron-barred gate leads north. So we've got some options to try. We could look, we could examine some things, we could think about something, or we can type help to get a complete set of instructions. I would like to think about castle. You might find out something if you examine the castle. Then again, you might not, but it's worth a try. That sounds like a hint to me. Examine the castle. The drawbridge looks longer than it actually is. The towers are so high that the tops are lost in cloud, and looking east or west you cannot see the furthest extent of the walls. An optical illusion. It is smaller inside, probably. Let's look. There is little enough purpose in loitering outside. He and his servants never come out here, and whatever you must do, you will have to do within. An iron-barred gate leads north. I'm going to examine myself.